Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are working on 1092. So on the abacus, we need to color in, on the abacus, so here we go. We have 1092. Okay, and so what does that mean? That means that we're visualizing our numbers. As we visualize our numbers, we have 1, 0, because none of the beads are touching this reckoning bar, that's 0. And then we have 9. Well, how is that figured 9? This is 9 because the top bead is touching this reckoning bar. This is counted as 5. And then we have 5, we have 6 because we have 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So we keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. So when we're looking, we have 9 right here, and then we have 2. 2 is the top beads. 2 is all the beads counted. Any of the beads that are touching the reckoning bar, it is considered counted. So when we're looking, we have 1. Thank you so much for liking the live. We have 0. We have 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2. 1, 2. That's it. So our next number is 900. No, that's not 900. This is 9,000. How do I know this is 9,000? Because it's 4 digits, right? So because we're using 4 digits, we're using 4 columns on the abacus. Oh, that's not right. There we go. So because we're having 4 digits here, we're going to use 4 digits on the abacus. So we have 9,451. So we'll do 1, 5, 4, 9. So we have 9,000. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is 5. The top bead is always a value of 5. Then we have 1. That's what 1 looks like. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Good morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So I'm going to put 9 on the abacus. I have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is always the top bead, no matter what. And then 1. The bottom beads all have a value of 1. So we have 9,451. So our next number is 1,238. For those of you that are interested, I do have this abacus available in my shop. It is made out of plastic. This one specifically is 7 columns. 7 columns. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing today? We are doing well. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. There we go. Okay, so our next number is, again, it's 4 digits. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Because it's a 4-digit number, it's going to be a 4-digit 24 hour. That 24 hours. It'd be, So it'd be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So on the abacus, we're going to put 1,238. We have 1,238. How did I get there? Well, the top bead is always 5. Always 5, no matter what. So if you look, the top bead is always 5, and it's touching the reckoning bar. So it's counted. Because it's touching the reckoning bar, this reckoning bar counts our digits, counts our beads. So as the beads touch the reckoning bar, it is counted. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. If I added the 5, this would be 8. If I added the 5, this would be 2. If I added this 5, it would be 6. Sorry, did I say that right? I didn't say that right. If I added the 5, this would be 8. If I added the 5 to this 2, this would be 7. If I added the 5 to this 1, it would be 6. That's what I was trying to say. Yep. So our next number is 4,833. Notice we have 4, and we're doing 4 columns. Why we do 4 columns? We have 4 digits. So we have 4, 4,833. So we have 4,833. That's where we're done. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when we're looking, when the beads are touching this reckoning bar, it is counted. Good morning, everybody.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, City!
So now we're going to color it in on the abacus. We're going to do 4. We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to color in 8. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. So then, if you're looking, welcome, good. Right? But that's what it is. I'm 24 hours, man. 24 hours. Okay. So again, if I add the 5 to the 4, this will be 9. If I add the 5 to the 3, it'd be 8. See how there's this 8 and 8 would look the same. And then again, if I add the 5, this would be 8. So the top beat is always a value of 5. Yes, thank you, Queen. Yes, you're absolutely right. The top bead is always a value of 5. So when we're looking, we have 3, 1, 2, 3. If I have the top value, if I add the top bead, it is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we're doing is we're just counting on like a kindergarten skill. How are we doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for the comments.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
I've been teaching my son. Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. How old is your son? So I'm going to do 6,494. So you have 6,494. Are you teaching your son this abacus? So on the abacus, we're going to do, is this for people trying to learn how to count? No, this is for people trying to visualize what the numbers are. We can actually do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. This is also for people that want to keep their brain active so we can ward off dementia. Oh, I did that wrong. That was wrong. It's supposed to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got distracted. So yeah, it is used for keeping your brain active, but it's also for mostly elementary school to get the kids to learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Yeah, it's actually a really cool tool, and it's very versatile, more than the cubes that we have more than the counting bears, and more than these little cubes. So, he's 12. He tested out of high school math. His brain sees numbers better than these. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. If he's 12. But the colors are helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Did you do the Soroban like this? Good morning, Jeremiah. He says my senior's in math. Good morning, Joseph. Do you keep changing your name, Joseph? Can you teach me how to make my parents proud? Waffle stopper? Needs more Kumon? No, I don't believe in Kumon. He does math. Oh, that's great. Right, but does he do did you teach him abacus or no? How does this work? We'll get to that right now. Thank you. I am well, Joseph. I'm well. How are you doing? I was really excited to start this session. I woke up early enough. Malaki. Here we go. We do 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do 3 digits, so we only need 3 columns. We have a 0 here, so our 0 is our placeholder. And then we have our 9. Thank you, Waffle Stopper. But don't go to Kumon. It's what? Was it? Drills and kills. I've been trying to. I don't see these like y'all do. Oh, this is 9? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I did this, do you know that this is 1? So when the beads are touching this reckoning bar, this is considered 1. And then we have 2. We have 2. That's all it is. Because they're touching the reckoning bar. And then we have 3. After 3, we have 4. It's just counting. That's all it is. It's just making, it's just, what is it? It's just visualizing our numbers. So if I want to do 5, that's what 5 looks like. Sometimes it's a little tough to wake up in the morning to after midnight math. This is 6. Queen, do you see that? 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm on a mission to share the good word of the abacus. Thank you, DJ, for the follow. Queen, does that make sense? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got to adding and subtracting and do very well, but multiplication is rough. Oh, okay. It's actually not as hard as that. No, it's not hard at all. No, but we'll do this first, and then I'll test you guys, and then we'll go into adding and subtracting. So we do 8, 0, 9. And so this is a maze that I've created to just start with. Thank you, Karma, for the rose. To continue on, if we do 8, so this is my maze, just to practice how to read the abacus. And then when you get comfortable reading the abacus, or you're looking for a hobby, right? Because it also compares to doing Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, playing chess. This keeps your mind active. So our next number is 5,847. Somebody, who is it? Somebody was mentioning, oh yeah, Oshnap. Oshnap was mentioning that this is a 24-hour abacus stream. There's a stream for everything. I saw a person streaming sleeping, and I'm like, that. How is that even possible? Yeah, crazy. So we have our next number. We have 5,008. No, that's wrong. We have 5,847. If you notice, I was actually here, right? The ones are here, the thousands are here. My previous number was here, 5,847, but that's incorrect. Why? Because if I look at this number, this is my label. This label tells me the ones place. Yes. Oh, yeah. Good for warm up for work. Yeah. Yeah. Abacus also would be good for a warm up as well, because when you start adding and subtracting, you get your rules, and you try to figure out how to manage them, manipulate them, so it works for your favor. So this is actually 584. Yeah, 84.7. So that's incorrect. I actually had to do this. 5,847. Yeah, and a lot of people that come into the stream, they were mentioning that as they started doing abacus, it's a lot easier and faster to do the abacus method of adding and subtracting, and also they starting to see that they can think a little bit faster when before they were like kind of a little slow. So I do have a few people that do come on and just find it the greatest thing next to sliced bread, and I feel like it too. I feel like it's really cool to be able to see your numbers, and it's interesting, once you're able to see your numbers, you will be able to know what to do when you need to add and subtract, which is crazy. Just being able to visualize your numbers, it makes a world of difference. But again, we're going to do, visuals are very helpful. Yes, visuals are so helpful. Who would have thunk it, And I know that mainstream math is trying to get the kids to understand the visuals, but I think it gets to be an overkill, Like they do like all these number bonds and many different strategies to simply add and subtract. I think they're just bored or something, because the reason why is, like, in abacus there's only a few ways to add and subtract. You just need to know how to add the 5, and you need to know how to add the 10. Once you know how to do all of that, then you can leave your brain active and clear for other things, like other strategies that happens in algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't even understand, like, why we have so many different strategies in mainstream math. But in abacus, there's only the few set. And then if you understand the concepts, then it's about practice. So our next number here is going to be 7,556. That's what we're doing. So, how are we doing? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Came from a bunch of beads. Yeah, that was the other thing. Kelsey, right? That's what they were talking about. I have these like little cube thingies, and one of my friend, he's a second grade teacher, and he goes, it's really a great big mess because of all these little of all because it's a one-to-one. The problem, it's a one-to-one, and then if you have like 24 students in a class, right? If you have 24 that's a lot of little bricks. And then the problem is you can only go so high because after a while you get a mound. But in Abacus, like if you notice, it's a nice neat little package. I did 7,556. 7,567, right? This is 7. Anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, it is considered counted. So we have 7 right here. The top bead is 5. The top bead is always 5. So we have 5 and 5. Then this is 6. So 5 plus 1 is 6. That's what it is. The colors mean nothing. Don't worry about the colors. The colors mean nothing. It's all about the positioning of the bead. So even if you're colorblind, it is not an excuse. Somebody came into my stream and says, I'm colorblind, I can't do abacus. I'm like, oh yeah? What do you think of them apples? So we do 7,556. And so we're going to do 5 on the abacus. We do another 5. And then we do 6. 5, 6. This is the most engaging stream without trolls. I'm very happy there's no trolls. Thank you everybody for joining. But it's harder to see on the camera what the numbers are. But when we're looking, we want to pay attention to the positioning of the beads. So this is 7. Notice that there's these 3 beads that are touching this reckoning bar. These 2 beads are not touching the reckoning bar, so these are not counted. We have 5 and 5. We have this one. The 4 here is not touching the reckoning bar, so this is not counted. And then again, these 3 beads are not touching the reckoning bar, so they're not counted. So we have 6 in the ones column, 5 in the tens column, 5 in the hundreds column, and 7 in the thousands column. Hello, Alisa. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I am here to teach and to talk about abacus and my books. I have a bunch of abacus books if anybody's interested. It's all in my TikTok shop. I do have these books available here. I have a whole collection, right, Dark? If you're interested, I do have like a whole collection. I'm waiting for my shipment to come in and it's taking forever. So we have 5,326. That's it. 5,326. And so when I put it on my abacus, I'm going to color it in. I have 5,000 again is the top bead. The top bead is touching this reckoning bar. We have 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 2, 1, 2. We have 6, 5, 6. There we go. So again, it still pertains to that if I add the 5 to this 3, it becomes 8. If I have 5 and adds to the 2, it becomes 7. Decimals? This whole thing is decimals. Because, what are we doing? Because after the placement of ones, decimals is right here. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Ron. Right? So I have our tenths. Our decimal sits after our ones. We have our tenths and we have our hundreds. So then you're like, well, what if I want it to be like a smaller decimal? Well, you could choose this one over here. These are like labels, and these labels, this would be the thousand label where the comma is. But if I wanted this to be my ones place, then what I would do is I would move it over. So when I'm looking, it would look like this. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. There you go. So we have our ones right here. This is our tens. So if I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Well, 10. But then if I have 1 here and I want to do decimals, I could do 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So it just depends on where your column is. But yes, you can do decimals. Thank you, Jess, for the question. So this is a decimal system. It's a base 10. Everybody keeps asking if it's a base 5. No, base 10. Because what does a base 5 mean? A base 5 means that you're only using 5 numbers. We're not using 5 numbers. We're using 10 numbers. It's a base 10 number, right? Because we have 0, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4 is 5, right? Then what happens? This is 6. Well, now we're in the base 10. Base 10 is 6. So we have 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So we start over again. 1, 0. 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0, 10, 0. There we go. Yes, that's a very good question. Thank you, Jess, for the question. So our next number is 5,365. What does that mean? Well, when we have 5,365, we're using four columns because it's a four-digit number. So we do 5,365. Can you use this in school? You could, but I don't know when you would use it. If you're in arithmetic, you can use it. And you should ask your teacher, if you are in high school, you should ask your teacher if it's okay to bring in a counting tool. So 5,000. So we're going to put 5,000 on the abacus. I'm not saying that abacus is the end all. I'm just saying that it helps with foundation. So when we're looking at it, we're looking at how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. That's what we're doing. So we're going to do 5,000. That's what 5 is. 5 is the top beat. We have 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 6, 5, 6. And we have 5, 5. So our number here is 5,365. So we have 5,365. This is a STEM? Yes, because it's math. This is math. Math is part of STEM. That is math, right? Numbers are math. So we have 553. 1, 2, 3. So if you notice this is a three-digit number, all I need to do is use a three-digit three columns. So when we're looking, I'm only going to use three columns. We have 5, 5, 3. If I add the 5 to this would be 8. If I take away the 5, this would be 3. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes. But those are very valid questions, and I do appreciate it. It's better than just trolling, right? So I appreciate all the comments and the questions. Anything that has to do with abacus. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, good, KR the Smith. So we have 1,703. This is still a four-digit number, even though the 0 is a placeholder, right? So we have to remember the 0. Don't forget these zeros. Don't forget the 0. Like, we don't talk about Bruno. Anyways, so we have 1,700, 5, 6, 7, and then we have 0, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. I understand now. I'm going to go pray to my parents. Good luck, Mathis. Good luck. So we have 1,000 over here. We have 7, 5, 6, 7, right? Because we have the 5 that adds to the top beat. This is 0, so we don't need to add anything. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's it. Okay, so I'm done. Good morning, everybody.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, city!
All right, so now it is your turn. Let's see how you guys fare. This is my book. Good morning, Jeremiah. This is my book. If you are interested, I do sell this one, and I do have this available in my TikTok shop. Ooh, I am running low. And this is all about recognizing the abacus with the 2. Thank you so much for liking the lives. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is I'm going to test you. It's time for you to test. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to do learning how to read the 10s and the 1s. And this is about, all it is about mazes. And I've done them. What we're doing is we're understanding what the book is. So in the beginning of the book, I show you how to explain how to read the abacus. It goes from 1 to 4, 0 to 4, and then it goes from 5 to 9. And then I show you how to do 2-digit. I do a little reminder activities, what a 2-digit number is. So we have our 10s and our 1s. So on the abacus, we have our 10s and our 1s. And this is what it would look like on the paper. I give you a mask maze, but I also give you the opportunity to download the printable. The reason why is because I noticed that the paper is a little thin, and so I give you the option to download it, and that's what this is. This is a file folder that I've been using for a while. And why we use it is to cover up the answers, because the answers are on the path. So what we want to do is we want to figure out what the numbers is. And to do that, I mean, it's easy for us to see, oh, this is 52 and not 65, right? Because we know that the 5 is the top bead and we know where it is. So that's why we do that. That's why we cover it up. When we cover it up, then we have to really think about what we're trying to do. So for those of you that are interested, I'm going to test you. But I'm not going to do letter A. I'm going to do G. Okay. Here we go. What number, oh, that's a little dark. What number do you think that is? Ugh. What number do you think that is? 48. Well done. Well done, Jeremiah. Thank you, visionary. It is. It is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Well done. So we have 48. And our next number is... Oh, that's easy. Right? It's interesting. The less numbers we have, the easier it is. Right? So, what number do we think? Thank you, visionary. It is 66. Well done. Well done. Let me pin that. There we go. And then our next number is 66. No, our next number is, oh, let me move. There we go. What number do we think that is? Don't be shy. We're just here to figure out what our numbers are. And then once we figure out our numbers, then we're going to do some adding and subtracting. Ah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, visionary. So we have 4. No, that's not 44, right? It's not 44. It's 4. So our next number is... There we go. What number do we have? Wow, it's only 2 people in the room. How are we doing? How are we doing? Yes? What number do we think? Thank you, Jeremiah. It is 22. We have a 2 and the 2. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, George. Hello. Hello, Icarus. Thank you, visionary. 22 is a good number. So we got 22. That's what 22 looks like. And then our next number is... Da, 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 da. Oh, hex. Okay, I stopped because we share the same name. Okay. What else? We have 1 and then we have 9. Well done. So Oscar, when we're looking, it's 5, 6, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have 4, that would be 4. This is 15, 1 and 5. But when we're looking, the top beat is always a value of 5, and then we add 6, 7, 8, 9. We're counting on from 5. So when we are looking, we have 15, and then we do 16, 17, 18, and 19. That's what it is, 19. And then we have 19, so that's what 19 looks like. And then we have 19, and then we have this. That number is what? We have our 10s, and we have our 1s. Thank you, Jeremiah. There we go. Okay, we don't need to be rude. We have 56. Thank you. No, it's not 21. 21 looks like this, Oscar. 20 and then 1. And so when we're looking, you guys. Okay, yes, 56. So when we're looking, we have we have 50. The top beat is 50. And then, yeah. And then we have 6. 5, 6. Yeah. I blocked the person that spammed it. I mean, I don't need to have that. I don't need to have that. So we have 5, 50, and then we have 6, 5, and then 6. So when we're looking, the top beat is a value of 5. That's what that is. Thank you, JC, for the follow. So 56. And so our next number, how are we doing, Oscar? Our next number, if you notice, we have the bottom beads. The bottom beads is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Thank you, visionary. Yes, it is 30, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. There you go. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, visionary. 31, and then we have our next number. Our next number is what is our next number? Thank you. It is 5. Thank you, Oscar. Right? Easy. Thank you. It is 5. Well done, well done. And so our next number is, we have our tens and our ones. What number do we think this is? 85. Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take away the 5, we have 1, 2, 3. But if I add the 5, this is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, some old guy. Thank you, visionary. Thank you, Jeremiah. And then we have 5. 5 is always the top piece. So this is 85. And then we have, so that's what that is, right? 85. And it takes us to our next number. So what we're doing is we're following a maze. This is a maze. And we're trying to figure out what the answers are. When you figure out what the answer is, then you can follow the next path. I don't show you the path yet until I am done. Thank you, some old guy. Yes, it is 41. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1. Thank you, Jeremiah, for the share. Thank you so much for the share. I appreciate that. So that is 41. Well done. So 41 looks like that, just so you know. 41. If the top beat is on, I don't know. The top beat is always 5. That's why I was a little confused. But I know you're not a troll because you're trying. You know what I mean? As long as you're trying and not trolling, I'm happy. Keep trying, and we'll continue to course correct. So our next number is, we have our tens and we have our ones. We have our tens and our ones. You'll notice that the bottom beat is a value of 1, and then the top beat is a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7. Oh no, not 13, koala. So when we're looking, we have the 5 at the top beat. 13 looks like this. That's what 13 looks like. So we have 1 and then 3. 1, 2, 3. I add the 5, this becomes 18. But this question is actually 17. So it is actually 17. So we have 1 and then 7. And that's it. No, that's it. One more. So that's 17. So then our final answer is what? I'm paying. Oh, jackpot. You are so generous. Thank you so much for that. All right. Thank you. Yes, right? Easy. 3. That's a scam. Thank you. Thank you, Kaden. Thank you for letting me know. Yes. Thank you, Jeremiah. It is 3. So for those of you that are interested, this is my maze book, and the idea was to figure out the paths. Can you start counting on any column? Pixie, actually, I usually start when there is a label. There's a label right here, and that's where I have my ones. So when I'm looking, every column is a place value, and then you'll notice I have another label over here. That would be my thousands, like a comma in the number. So when we're looking, let me see. Oh, I can do this. This one specifically would be this. 6,000, 60,000. 60,000, we have 6,0,0,0,0, and I would start here. And then we have 6,000, right? 6,000, 6,000, and then we have 600, 600, we have 60, 60, and then we have 6. But then we can do 6.25, 6.25. Yes, thank you, Jess. Yes. So each row has a value. Yes. Yes. That's how we got. Oh, I see. Yes. So that's how you get 85. So when we're looking, we have 80, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5. Yeah. And then if you really wanted to, you could choose this one to be your ones place, like a Pokemon.
Pokemon, I choose you!
So if I choose this one to be my ones, I can move everything over. So when I'm looking, then I could do this. There we go. I could do this, right? And that just means I have a smaller decimal. So I could do 1.00001. And so that's what it would look like, right? But it's interesting. It's interesting that you can see the numbers. Once you can see the numbers, how do you add two sets of numbers? We're gonna get into that. We're going to start adding and subtracting because we already figured out how to read the abacus, right? Once we know how to read the abacus, we're going to go into adding and subtracting. Damn it, Carl, thank you for the follow. That's funny. Oh, thank you for the follow. Right? So when we're looking, all we're doing is we're trying to visualize our numbers, but you can do a lot more. And this is like a whole thing. Oh, so here it is. So we have 5555555. So it's 55,555.55. Thank you for the follow. But then be careful, you don't flick.
And flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
If you flick, you get the wrong answer. Because if you notice, right, if I looked at one, all of these are not there. These are not touching the reckoning bar, so don't flick. What you want to do is you want to move the beads with intention. That's it. So we have 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So all of these columns, you only go up to 9. And if you really think about it, your numbers, they only go up to 9. Why? Because 10 is a 2-digit number, and it starts from 1 again. This is why this is a base 10. This is why it is a base 10 abacus. It is not a base 5. It's a base 10. Because what does base 10 mean? Base 10 means that we go up to numbers 0 to 9. That's what base 10 is. How are we doing? We all right? All right. So, thank you. I officially have my notebook as a pen. Ha ha! That's funny. I was gifted a little abacus. Oh, that's cool. Jamie was the Jaime. I'm sorry. Jaime or Jamie? Jaime. Was it 1 and 5? 1 and 4? Thank you, Koala. Yes, right? That's the other thing. If you notice in your Jamie, okay. So if you notice, if you go onto your text messages like this, and you put in math, you'll get an abacus symbol. You go find it. Go find it, and we can work on the abacus together. Right, Jeremiah? Jeremiah's got the abacus. All right. So how are we doing? Okay. Okay, what we just did is am I a teacher? I am. I'm teaching, am I not? That's not a question. Everybody can be a teacher, even the 2-year-old. All right, so this is my book. All of these books are very abacus focused because I really do believe that abacus is the greatest thing next to sliced bread. This one here is you get 2 sets of mazes. One is that you have to figure out what the number is. The second one is, thank you, HTX. So the next one is you have to see the numbers, and I give you the path, and you have to color in what the numbers is. That's what this means. And so the abacus is blank, and you just need to figure out how to color in the numbers. And if you ever get stuck, I do have answers in the back of the book. Yep. Thank you, Westo. So I do have the answers in the back of the book for those of you that are interested. And then they might be asking, well, why am I going to do it? Well, the reason why could be what? You have young kids, or you want to keep your brain active. If you want to keep your brain active, it is very similar to doing puzzles, right? Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, word searches. You even like chess because it's a strategy game, and logical puzzles. So there's other puzzles. But if you like and you enjoy puzzles, I believe you're going to enjoy... Mathematician will laugh. We're going to be able to bring in abacus as part of the realm of puzzles. So even if you're older and you have children, or your children are grown, it would be good to continue using abacus because it keeps your brain active. It's like brain gymnastics. I like to learn the digits of pi. You could, but I don't think there's an abacus big enough to learn to show the digits of pi. So the next thing we're going to do is, here's another flip through of another book, and then we're going to go into understanding how to move the beads. And this one specifically is that one. So this is a preschool book. I wanted to start the kids young. The reason why was because in Abacus World, we started the kids at age 5. But I started thinking, well, we should be able to teach the kids younger and just have activities. And I think that's what we lack in Abacus World is we don't have activities. So these are all the activities that I've created. Is there a challenge I hear? Yes. So I am here to spread the good word of the abacus. I am here to teach the matrix what the abacus is. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining.
Welcome to the real world.
So again, what we're doing is you could start the kids young as like 1. You just give them the abacus and you just have them play with it. But I would probably start at like age 3, maybe 4, and then as you know, when they start learning how to count, I would start using the abacus. And here's just activities like trying to get them to be active. And I like the book itself because I wanted the book to continue to develop their fine motor skills. The next lesson is counting forward, and then the lesson after that is counting backwards. After counting backwards, we figure out what the numbers are in between, and this is just understanding the relationship. After that, we go into comparing, right? There's comparing and more comparing, and then that's it. So what after that is now we're going into moving the beads, and that's what this is. So now we're going to the part of understanding how do we move the beads with the abacus. When we add the abacus, we're adding to the horizontal bar. So when we're looking at it, I have 7 on the abacus, I have 5, 6, 7. I want to add the 1. To add the 1, can I do it? Yes, I can. I can add the 1. So when we're looking, I just add the 1. So my final answer is 8. 8. Thank you, Jeremiah. And again, we could do it again with the 2. Now notice in Abacus World, what we do is we focus on the second number. We focus on the second number because the second number is what dictates whether or not we're going to use a thing called a formula. Now the first thing we need to do is understand if we have enough. I have 7 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3, and I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, and I want to add 2 beads. These are the 2 beads I want to add. Do I have it? Yes. I'm going to add, and my final answer is 9. We're not focusing on the result. What we're doing is we're focusing on the second number. So when we're looking, it doesn't matter which 2 beads. It could be these 2 beads, it could be these 2 beads, or it could be these 2 beads. So when we have it, that's what we're doing when we add. It could be these 2 beads, or these 2 beads. Here's another one where we can do 5 plus 3. In mainstream, you could do 5 plus 3. Maybe Sackboy, you can understand when you do dots. Have you ever done dots before in school? You can do dots, not a problem. On the abacus, we could do the same. We could do add the 5, add the 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So my final answer is 8. You could do the tally marks, right? Tally marks is kind of similar to abacus because the top beat is always 5. So this 5 is represented here. This is 5. And then we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Which is fine. But it's scalable on the abacus. Why? Because every column is a place value. Every column is a place value. So we can actually do the tens. If I want to do 50, right, 50 plus 30, I get 80. 8 and a 0. Well, you could do that with the dots. Maybe Sackboy would understand this better, right? Because you could do the dots, but that's a whole lot of counting, and I'm really lazy. Right? This is like 50 dots plus 30 dots. But then you have to count it all if you don't know how to count. Woof, that's a lot. And then the other one is you could do actually 500. 500, 500 plus 300, 300, right? 300. So what I'm showing you is abacus is now scalable. Thank you so much for liking the live. So we have 800, 800. And so when we're looking, right, it is now scalable. We can even do thousands. That's a whole lot of dots. But I don't need to do the dots because I added on the abacus. So we have 5,000 plus 3,000. That's it. So then our next number is to add the 4. When we're adding the 4, it just means what? We just need to bring all the 4 beads up to the reckoning bar. That's it. So I have 5 on the abacus, and I add 4. So my final answer is 9. Is it still confusing, Sackboy? So now we know if you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. If I have 8 on the abacus, I want to take away 1. All I got to do is take away this 1. That's all it is. I'm taking away this 1. I could just take away 2. Take away this 1. It doesn't matter which one we're doing, but it just matters on what the number is. So my previous number is 8. I want to take away 1. I'm just taking away this one. Or I take away this one. I only need to take away 1, and I just need to take away 1. That's all we're doing. But what we're doing is understanding that when we're adding, we go to the horizontal bar. When we subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. That's what we're doing. So we have 3 on the abacus. Or no, we have 4 on the abacus. And I want to take away 3. Take away 3 is just these 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. That's what we're doing. So as a single would be a single green in the 10th place. So a single 1, yes. So that would be 10th, right? But if you need to take away 10, if I had 90 and I need to take away 10, it would be the red bead. So it depends on what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So when we're adding, we add the 10. We're subtracting, it depends on what the second number is. Yeah, right? I get a lot of those. That motor was really loud. Somebody is insecure. Okay, so does that make sense, Jess? So even if I had 6, 7 here, if I want to add 1 or I take away 1. So it's not necessarily the green. What it is just the individual number. So we can take a look at it like this. When we look at it, we have 5, right? 50. And then we have do 60. And then we have 70. We have 80. Oh, 80. And then 90. Yeah. So it all just depends on what the number is. Thank you for the follow, Dave. But that's a very good question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it because then I know you guys are actively learning, right? You're not passively watching. So we have 9 on the abacus, right? We go to the horizontal bar. This is 9. We want to take away 4. To take away 4, we just take it all the way out like that. That's it. And then it's the same thing with the 5. When we look at the 5, we add the 5. We go to the horizontal bar. When we take away the 5, it's just the opposite, right? So we add the 5, we go to the horizontal bar. We subtract the 5, we go away from the horizontal bar. And it's the same thing with the 6. If I add the 6, it goes to the horizontal bar. If I take away the 6, it's away from the horizontal bar. And then we do 7, right? And then take away 7. If I have 1, I add 6. It's still 1 beat on top and 1 beat on bottom, and you bring it together. So it doesn't matter which bead you're using. You're looking at the value. So it's a 5 and a 6. You bring it together like that. That's when we add 6. If I had 3 on the abacus, I want to add 6. All I got to do is see how it's a red bead. So don't be hung up on the colors. It would be the same thing if I had the brown one, right? If I had 7 on the abacus, right? But it's a little bit harder to see, especially on the camera. If I have 1 and I want to add 7, it's a 5 on the top and 7 on the 2 on the bottom. And I bring it together and I have 8. I could do it again. If I have 9, if I have 2 and I bring in 7, that's 9, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. That's it. But then, oh, there is better things to do than troll. You're right. Absolutely right, Lee. I don't think you're an angel, and I apologize. But yeah. What is this called? Is this called an abacus? Eight. There we go. We're exercising our brains, right? We are exercising our brains. But if you're really an angel, why would you say that? Anyways, so I already blocked them. Okay, so we have, does the column matter? The columns matter. Columns matter. The reason why is because I have an indicator. There's my indicator. This is my ones indicator. So then what we're doing is we do the ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000s. That's what we're doing. Does that make sense? So because I have the ones here, then I know that this is the thousands because they're grouped. They're grouped into the way the columns are, the way the commas are. You know how we have commas in in our numbers we have commas. So if I did 60,000, right? I do 60, 0,000. The comma is right here. That's what this is. These is what indicates the commas. So my ones here. It's the same thing with the 13-digit column, 13-digit abacus. These are my indicators. So if I choose this to be my ones, or I could choose this to be my ones, it doesn't matter. You just need to choose one, right? Just like a Pokemon, just need to choose one.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
So if I choose this one to be my ones, then what's the next grouping? Thousands. What's the next grouping? Millions. What's the next grouping? Billions. And then trillions. So that's the reason why we have these labels, is to help us understand the groupings of the numbers. So that's a very good question. Thank you for the question, Kay. Cool. Okay, so we're done with this. Because if we add the 6, right? We add the 6, it's the same thing. We want to take away the 6, we add the 6. Take away the 6, add the 6. So we're noticing that we're using the values of the beads, right? That's all we're doing. And then what's that? That's it. Because when we're subtraction, we already did subtraction. And this is the book. The book is Preschool Abacus for, and I was thinking that this would be for kids that are 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. Oh yes, thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah. The sales have been slow because I'm still trying to wait for my stock to replenish. It's a little nerve-wracking. Oh yeah. So if I have 5 on the abacus, I want to add 13. Well, what's 13? 13 is a 1 and a 3. 1, 2, 3. So your answer would be 18. That in itself, there's no formula. So what type of calculator? It's not actually a calculator. You do the calculator in your brain. And that's what I'm gonna show you right now. Yeah, I'm coming close to. I need to restock, but it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's interesting because in Abacus world we don't need to do certain things. Like, what is it that we don't need to do? We don't need to memorize. We don't need to memorize how to make a 9. So when if you choose a location, then someone come upon you and you. How would they know what the number is? They wouldn't. You would have to tell them. Then they cannot cheat. Because you could use this one as your ones, or you could use this one as your ones, right? How would I know if it's 1,000 or 10,000? Well, thousands, right? So we have 1,000 goes to here, right? If it's 10,000, then I know it's my thousands and 10,000s. So, but yeah, you look at the dot. These are my indicators, and you just choose one. It is up to you. It's a very personal opinion. It's your own personal journey, right? Just like here, if I wanted to do this as my ones, I'd let you know. This would be my ones. But then they won't be able to cheat. Because I could say that this is my ones, but then it depends on how big the question is, right? So, anyways, yeah. Oh, so here it is. In mainstream, I was watching this video and like, we need to memorize how to make a 9. I'm like, why? Why do we need to memorize how to make a 9? Because in the abacus, we can see it. We have 1 here and then 8. All we got to do is just bring it together. There is no memorization here. All we're doing is we're looking at our beats. If I have 2, I want to add 7, 5, 6, 7. All I got to do is that. I don't need to memorize how to make a 9 because it's just right there for us. We have 3 plus 6. That's it. And then we do it again. 4 plus 5. And then we can do it again. 5 plus 4. And then we do the other one. Right? 6 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy. Easy. So we don't need to memorize. What we do need to memorize is this concept. This concept is 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. We need to understand this. We need to memorize it. But why? Because we're going to start utilizing this comment. This 5. Hello, Lissy. I've never used an abacus in my entire life. I have no idea what's going on. I wish I did. You're late to class. So what we're doing is, thank you for the comment, Lizzie. So let's do another review. Thank you, Jeremiah, for the rose. Thank you, Jeremiah. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Lizzie. Oh, thank you, Falcon. Oh, thank you, Falcon. I didn't see that. We have 4. Does that make sense? Let's see. And then we have 5. The top beat is always 5, no matter what. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So we have 6, 5, 6, and then 7. 5, 6, 7. We have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. That's it. That's it. I'm really enjoying. Oh, hey, I'm really enjoying this, and you're great. Oh, thank you, Kay. Oh, thank you, Falcon. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it because you guys can make it funny. Who needs this? Everybody. Who doesn't need it? You're asking the wrong question. Why would I be showing this if I don't think that everybody needs it? This is the way. Where is it? There you go. Right, Jeremiah?
This is the way. This is the way.
Right? When we sell product, who needs it? Everybody. It all just depends on who gravitates to it. It simplifies all types of counting. Exactly. It's counting, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Oh, so we're back to this. So, Lissy, we're going to continue on. Let me know if you're still confused. So, I'm sorry. Let me finish one more thing. So if I did 10, that's what 10 is. 10 is a 1 and a 0. 20, 2 and a 0. Jamie, is it different with the 5s on the abacus? Yes. You can do division, yes. So, Jamie, here is a Japanese abacus. This is a Chinese abacus, and this is a Japanese abacus. The difference is the way they do the adding and subtracting. But the first thing we're going to do is understand that it's very similar to the Japanese abacus, because the Chinese abacus started, and then Japanese people came around and said, we're going to make it more efficient. And that's what they did. They made it more efficient. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's what 5 looks like. Because this is 5, we're going to trade it into this. The top beat is a value of 5. And then we count again, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And because we have 5, right, this 5, we're going to trade it in. But now we have 10. 5 and 5 plus 10 is equal to 10. So because 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, we trade it into this. So then we have our 10s, our 1s, and our 10s. And now it becomes more like the Japanese version. And it's still the same thing. It's still 20, 30, 40, 50. Because we have 5 here, we're going to trade it into this. Because we have 5. And then we do 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Because we have 5 here, we're going to trade it into this. So again, this is 100, and now we do that. So our answer here is 100. It's the same thing with the Japanese abacus. The Japanese abacus is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Very similar, but there's a little bit more steps in the Chinese abacus. Oh, good, Lizzie. Thank you. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. No, I'm not smart. I'm just here to show you what numbers are. That's all. Thank you, Falcon, for the thank you, Falcon, for the compliment. But I'm not smart. I'm just here to teach. I'm just here to show you how to add and subtract on the abacus. All right. So that's what the Chinese abacus is, and it's really interesting. I find it interesting, but I don't teach the Chinese abacus. The more modern one is the Japanese abacus, and a lot more people know how to do the Japanese abacus. There's abacus competitions, and it's all international. And usually, Jamie, did you find it? Was it Jamie? Did you find it? Bought the charm in China. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're gonna continue on. But wait, there's more. Why? Because we got to go into adding and subtracting. That's what we got to do. There's more to it. So, you didn't find it? Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got to take the time to. When you find it, come back. When you find it, come back. I swear, it's the slightly puts my patch. Oh no. Sorry, chaotic. So if we're using this to teach preschoolers, would you just substitute this for regular drills? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I swear my mailman is dyslexic. Okay, yeah. Curious? Is there a way to, I'm sorry. Read above. I wish we could, thing. Always go missing. That's interesting. Let me know, Chaotic. What are the benefits versus this the regular way? The benefits is that you can visually see. We're gonna do that, Ben. We're gonna do that. So the benefits is that you can visually see your numbers. Once you visually see your numbers, you'll be able to understand how to move the numbers. And then the other thing in the Abacus way, we only need to know know 4 sets. Your stuff I bought was supposed to be delivered last Saturday. Yeah. That's right. Because I remember I sent it out. I was like, oh, because I usually send out the packages like the day after. So now what? Do they? I don't know what happens. Oh, I know. I'm so sad. How much? How much is it? It's pinned. I got a scavenger hunt. Sorry. I'm sorry, Chaotic. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah. So why are we learning this? This is 4 plus 4. No, we're learning it because in school we were taught to memorize, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to memorize. What we're going to do is we're going to understand 4. So we have 4 on the abacus. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Good morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
So I have 4 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 on the abacus. Good morning. That's what we're doing. And then we're going to add another 4. But notice I have no more beads to add the 4. Because I have no more beads to add the 4, I can utilize this top bead. This top bead is a value of 5, just like this nickel. But if I add the nickel, that's too much. I need to take away the 1. Maybe maybe the male person needs the abacus. That's funny. Because everybody needs it. I'm undone. I realized this at... Oh, yeah! I just want to let you know. Oh, contact... Yeah, there you go. Contact the postmaster. Sounds like the postman isn't honest. Postmaster will investigate. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Tank. Thank you, Tank. And if you need a receipt, I can show you... I can give you the receipt, Chaotic. Aw. Really? What if you go higher up? Oh. But this is not... this will be the first time you complained. Right? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess maybe try to find a P.O. box? Nope. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. So, if you add the 5, we're going to take away the 1. I can show it. I'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, Chaotic. Good luck. So we could do it again with a 3. So we have 3. I'm just mad at 2 a.m. It kept you up all night. So we have the 3 on the abacus, and then we want to add the 4, right? Because the reason why we want to add the 4, that's the question. But in order to add the 4, we have no more space. What we do, though, we do have this 5. I give you this 5, and I need to take away the 1, because adding the 5 is too much. I need to take away the 1. So I add the 5, and I take away the 1. My final answer is 7. So here is your question. Ben, here's your question. If I have 2 on the abacus, I want to add 4. To add the 4, there's not enough. Then notice there's only 2 beads here to add the 4. So what I can do is I can add the 5, but that's too much. I need to take away the 1. So my final answer is 6. That's what we're doing. We're not memorizing. We're not memorizing our numbers. What we're doing is we're understanding how to move it, right? And so when we're looking, I can show you on the abacus, add the 5, take away the 1. So let me show you another way. Here's another way I was like thinking about it. When I do 4, let's do 3. We do 3 on the abacus. I do 3 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3. And I want to add 4. Well, I have this package. This package is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I only need 4 pieces from this package. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to remove this 1 cube. But to remove the cube, it's too much work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it away from this loose one. I have to take it away from the number previous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the 1 from the top. So when I add it together, the top bead, now we have 7. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to move our beads. When we give you too much, you can also take away. Even though we're adding, you need to subtract. So it's just like drifting.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
Even though we're adding, we're doing some subtraction. The reason why is because we want to balance the equation. If we want to add the 4, I only have a 5. But to add the 5, you need to take away the 1, right? So it's the same thing for the next one. The next one is adding the 3. When we add the 3, right, the concept is still the very same. So we have 3 on the abacus. We have 3 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3. I want to add another 3. Instead of memorizing our doubles, what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. We're going to add the 5. That's too much, and I need to take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. I add the 5, and I take away the 2, and my final answer is 6. And I could do it again with the 4. If I have 4 on the abacus, right, I want to add the 3. To add the 3, there's not enough, right? What do? I got to plus the 5, and then take away the 2. Can I do bigger ones? Yes. That would be what? You can do bigger numbers. I need to find, what am I finding? Oh, here it is. So I showed you the concept of how to add a 4. But when you're looking at it, is it this one? No, it's this one. So here we are. Here's a bigger number. If I have 1,357, I want to add 2,431. So I add the 2. Is there enough to add the beads to add the 2? Yes, there is. And then I want to add the 4. To add the 4, what do? I know this. How do you add the 4? I can't add the 4 here, but I know if I add the 5, I take away the 1. And then can I add the 3?
Come on, do it. Do it.
Yes, add the 3. Now I add the 1. So my final answer is what? 3,788.
Oh, I love it. Great stuff.
Right? So the bigger number, even with the bigger number, we could do it. Let me see. But now we're going into something different. When we do 25 plus 36, we can do this, but I didn't teach you this. Because why? Then we're going to talk about carrying over. When we're looking, carrying over is adding the 10. That's what this is. We need to understand how to make a 10. So I'll do 25. So 25 on the abacus. I add the 3. Add the 30. Same thing. Add the 30. Can I add the 5 here? No. How do I do it? I'm sorry. Can I add the 3 here? No. There's not enough room. How do I add it? I can do plus the 5, take away the 2. I've done this part. But then what are we doing here? This is the difference. I haven't taught you that yet. This is different. This is how to make a 10. Making a 10 is the same concept. So we need to do what? We need to know that if I want to add 6, I have to add the 10 to make a 4. Let's do this, right? If I have 5 on the abacus and I want to add 6, right? What do? I have to take away the 4. And then becomes like what we call a 2-step equation. But you need to understand how to make a 10 first. So let's continue on. That's very, yeah. So yeah, right? It's way simpler. And then if you notice, you'll start to notice that you only need to know these sets of formulas. When you see these sets of formulas, then you'll be able to do anything. But for right now, we're still learning the beginning part. You need to learn how to walk before you learn how to run. So the first thing we're doing, so we've done this. There's a whole set. There's a 4, a 1, a 3, and a 2. It's the same thing with this. We're up to 3. We can continue on with the 2, right? So we know that when we want to add the 2, we have to take away the 3. Oh, that's the wrong one. We have to take away the 3. So it's the same thing. So I have 4 on the abacus. I want to take away the 2. Take away the 2, add the 2. To add the 2, what do? I plus the 5 minus the 3. I plus the 5, take away the 3. So my final answer is 6. it seems like it's going to be more confusing to a kid than doing it on paper. No, actually, it's actually less confusing because doing it on paper, the sky is the limit. Whereas on the abacus, there's constrictions and there's restrictions. And because there's restrictions, we have these sets. You could memorize, that's fine. You could memorize everything. That's just a whole lot of memorizing. Because you could do it on paper. Let's do this. Right? So here you go. Once you understand it, it becomes very simple. But let's do this. This is mainstream. What do? They have to cross this one, make it this one, and then they make this 13. Guess what? You have to memorize that 9 and 4 is equal to 13. You could. You could. Right? You could memorize it. That's fine. It's easy. But what we're doing is we're focusing on the second number. When we focus on the second number, we want to minus the 9. In abacus world, we want to minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. This is a thing, right? But you can memorize this. That's fine. It's up to you. We could do it again. We could take away the 1, right? Or no, take away the 1. That becomes 2. Then we add the 10 to the 15. Guess what? You have to memorize that 9 and 6 is equal to 15. Or I go back to this number and I'd be like, oh, minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. Why? Because if we look, 35. Take away 20, take away 9. Take away the 9 from here. Minus the 10 plus the 1. So you're going to start seeing number patterns. Minus the 10 plus the 1. Just like the number patterns on the 4. We know that to add the 4, take away the 4. So it becomes with practice. But obviously as a person coming in, right? And don't forget, you've only been here maybe an hour. Yeah, once you get it down, thank you, Bear. Yeah. It's not if you're teaching from the beginning. That's very true. That's very true. These are all really good comments. Thank you so much. So, okay. So we're going back. So again, our final one is 1. So look, if you notice, if I have 3 on the abacus, can I add the 1? Yeah, I can add the 1. So there's no formulas involved. The only formula that happens is this one here when I have the 4. Because I have the 4, I want to add the 1. Because I want to add the 1, I need to do what? Plus the 5 minus the 4. Plus the 5 minus the 4. And that's very true, Chaotic. You have to start from the beginning. You're absolutely right. Start from the beginning. None of my students had problems, and I've taught like thousands of students. I've been teaching abacus for like 20 years, and we have a learning center. And do they have a problem? No, they didn't have a problem. So this book here in itself, I have also other activities. Thank you so much for the comment. Okay, kids should be able to do this in their head. 23, and it should be immediate. You could do that. If you want to push your kids to do that, that's fine. Perfectly fine. But I'm not here to preach and judge. I'm not here to judge. If the kids can do it, the kids can do it. If they can't, they can't. If they can't, then you can use the abacus. That's fine. I don't know what the rush is to put it in your head. Do you make task lists? Do you make chores? Like a list of chores? Do you write it down? Or do you think that people are going to know how to read your mind? That's a question. Oh, I have a story. I have a story and it's in my brain. Do you know it? No, you don't know it, right? So they could do it in their heads, but then what do? The teachers have to tell them, show your work. So if you show your work, you have to be able to communicate it. You could count on your hands. You could count on your hands, right? Exactly, Ben. You could count on your hands. There's no judging. There's no judging, Vero. There's no judging. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to educate. If you will choose to stay, then stay. If you don't, then it is what it is. No hate. I love the content. But when math becomes more difficult, the process will slow you down. No, the process will not slow you down. Because as you go through, this will become automatic. You're going to start seeing patterns. And so in this pattern, you're not going to understand, right? But what you're going to do is when you have 3 and I want to add the 2, you're going to see that there's a number pattern. As you go through for each number, there is a number pattern. There's a 4 and I want to add the 4. This is the number pattern. When you add the 4, you take away the 4. Mainstream, you have to memorize what 4 plus 4 is, and then what happens when you want to take away the 4. well, I don't know, you have to take away the 4. But it's a lot of counting up and a lot of counting down. Whereas in Abacus, you see this number pattern, right? And so it's the same thing. If I want to have the add the 1, I know this is what I'm doing. I'm adding the 1 because I can see that I have it. It doesn't slow you down when it starts becoming automatic. The idea is you do it enough times, it would become automatic. Just like typing on the computer, right? When you type on the computer, you have to look at all your keys. But then as you go through, you're going to start remembering, oh, the space bar is down here. Oh, the enter is over here, right? So it could be typing is really fast. No, or typing is really slow. That, yeah, in the beginning typing is slow, but then as you start memorizing where the number or the letters are, typing will come very fast. Right? I've always been mystified, and you helped me understand in less than 10 minutes. They wouldn't recognize I'm sorry. Hey, nice tree! Wouldn't they recognize the patterns doing it in their head as well? If they can imagine the abacus in their brain, yeah, they could. That's why you see these kids do this, right? Or there's this one Guinness World Record. He was able to add 100 digits in less than 30 seconds because he knows the abacus method. So you can do it in your head, but obviously you have to understand the process before it becomes automatic. It's just like typing on a keyboard. You have to memorize where all the keys are before it becomes quick. Same thing with the piano. You have to know where the keys are before but in mainstream, there's a cheeks ton. There's a cheeks ton of strategies to just add and subtract. So the difference is what? You either memorize everything and not understand what the numbers can do, or you understand how the numbers work. So, thank you. I do appreciate the discussion. Cheeks ton. I do appreciate the discussion. Thank you, Vero. And I do appreciate that you mentioned there was no hate. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it because we come to a point where, like, well, why isn't it more popular? Here's the thing. Why isn't it more popular than it really is? If it's really the greatest thing next to sliced bread, why isn't it more popular? I don't know. I don't know why it's more popular. But we do have counting bears, and we do a lot of counting up. We do a lot of one-on-one. Thank you, Nixus. Yes, Abacus is the way. But I don't understand why Abacus is not more popular because it just blows my mind on how this makes it more simple. So I'm a little frustrated on that, but it is what it is, and I'm here to spread the good word of the abacus. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah. Do you have tips on? I don't even know what discrete mathematics is. That is above my pay grade. I am not that smart. I only know arithmetic. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. That's it. That's all I know. So here we do color by number. We do hidden words. We do word problems, and we do more color by number. And then we have tic-tac-toe. And then if you're ever interested, I do have answers in the back. Thank you, Tank, for the follow. Thank you, Jamie, for the follow. I go on my little rants because it just annoys me that Abacus is not more popular, but I mean, I guess that's why I'm here. But that's the other problem, right? Abacus is not more problem, so I feel like I'm pushing up a boulder up a hill because it's such work to get through to be able to get the good word out. The good word. Sorry. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Thank you, Vero, so much for the comments and the discussion. Because that's what it is. It's a discussion. And people didn't understand. I know for sure when I started the abacus, I'm happy to put a good word out. It's theory and a lot of proofs. Oh, then yeah, that is above my pay grade. Can we do a couple of subtraction questions? Yes. I'd follow you any day. Thank you, Chaotic. I need to make pamphlets to talk about the good word. All right, so let's do some subtraction. Thank you, Jeremiah, for this. Oh, thank you for the follow, Vero. But yeah, I the only proof that I have is trying to figure out how to explain abacus better and better to mainstream math. Right? My goal is to be able to introduce abacus as if it should be part of mainstream. And that's the thing, right? The thing is what it's to It's to relate abacus to mainstream. I use terminologies like isolating the variable, and some people argue like taking a 4, taking a 4. This 4 is not a variable, and I'm like, well, what does the word variable mean? Variable means it's either a symbol or it's a letter. Guess what? This thing right here is actually a symbol. If you really think deep down, this is a symbol. None of these letters, none of these numbers mean anything. And so when we actually visualize it, it becomes concrete. So when we look, it's like letters, right? Letters are symbols. Same thing with the numbers. These numbers are symbols. So when I talk about isolating the variable and they're known variables, we have this number. We have 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 2. The variable is this. It's known, we have an idea that this is 3, but the 3 is still a symbol. It may not be a letter, but it's still a symbol. This could be anything you want, right? And so when we're looking, I also use the word substitution or cumulative property. Cumulative property is not really is as descriptive as I can get in the abacus world. Why? Because in the abacus world, we still utilize our negative. We still use our taking away, our subtraction. We have our adding and we have subtraction. Why? Because we need to balance the equation. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah, for the TikTok. Right? What we need to do is we need to balance the equation. And to balance the equation, what are we trying to do? So here is a subtraction. And again, we're going to see a number pattern, which you don't see on a piece of paper. So we have what? We have 8 on the abacus, 8 on the abacus. We want to take away 4. No problem. We want to take away the 4. When we take away the 4, what do? We know that we're going to minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. Looks very similar, doesn't it? It looks very similar to adding. Add the 4, take away the 4. Add the 4, take away the 4. So when we keep going, we can do it again. We have 16 on the abacus. Whoa, 16 on the abacus. I want to take away the 4. To take away the 4, what do? That's the pattern. Minus the 5 plus the 1. This is giving you instructions. Right? Thank you for the follow. And we could do it again with the 5, 15. So we have 1 on the abacus, 15 on the abacus, 1, 5. And then want to take away the 4. There's no beads to take away the 4. There's no beads to take away the 4. What do? I have this formula. Minus the 5 plus the 1. And you do it enough times, it will become automatic. You do it enough times, it's just like your multiplication table. We do it enough times, we'll know how to memorize. We will know. But the idea is to understand how to use it first. Once you figure out how to use it, then it becomes the concept of, oh, okay, I can do it anywhere. So it doesn't even matter. Even if I had like 500, right? 63. 563. I want to take away 400. To take away 400, all I got to do is do that. Minus the 5 plus the 1. That's it. Right? Why is it different in a different column? It's not. You need to understand. Okay, see you later, Jamie. I will look for the abacus. Usually in the morning and at night. So I'm on at Pacific Standard Time, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I've been trying to be more 8 o'clock. I've been trying to get in earlier, but lately it's been Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock. All right. So, thank you, Sharky VR. Okay. So we'll do it again. So, yeah, not a problem. I'll see you in my next live. Jeremiah, can you do the problem? So we have 6 on the abacus. No, 2 on the abacus. We want to add 6, 5, 6. We bring it together. And I want to take away 4. Take away 4 from here, what do? Do you remember? Minus the 5 plus the 1. So my final answer is 4. So we do it again with the 3. The 3 is you add 7 to the abacus. I want to take away 3. Take away 3 is what? Oh, look, it's the same. If you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. We added, we subtract. I'm sorry. We added, we subtract. We added plus the 3 plus the 5 minus the 2. My plan is to buy. I love how simple and helpful it is. It is. It's super simple. It's crazy, right? But there's just a few things you need to memorize. There's a few things you need to know. How to add the 5 and how to add a 10. That's great. Oh, which one are we doing now? We are doing this one. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions or if you want to discuss. I love talking about abacus. I love talking about how abacus is relatable to mainstream math. it just blows my mind on how it is not as popular. And maybe TikTok is going to help me make it popular.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Thank you everybody for liking the live. Thank you everybody for liking the live. Yeah, so we're going to continue on. So we have, I'm following along. Oh, good. Oh, good. So here we go. You know what? I'm going to do this. I have my little spinny thingy. And then I have 36. So I have 36 on the abacus. No, 36. So I have 36 is even. So I go 36. So I have 36 on the abacus. I do 30 and I do 6. I want to take away 3. Oh, I can't see that. I need to take away 3. To take away the 3 is right here. Take away the 3. Can't do it. What do? I minus the 3 is equal to what? Minus the 5 plus the 2. So this is all about just how to take away the 3. And you're just going to go through the different questions. So all I got to do is minus the 5 plus the 2. And my final answer is 33. Right? We can do it again with the 16. So the 16, you'll notice that there's a pattern. 16, I want to take away the 3. Take away the 3 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 2. Minus the 5 plus the 2. It's better to start off learning from the Chinese version? No, you don't need to start from the Chinese version. That just happens to be just a different... No, you don't have to. I would recommend just starting off with the Japanese version because that's where everybody is. It's like Common Core and new math. Do we have to go all the way to Common Core? No, you don't need to go to Common Core. Because it's a different nuance. That's what it is. It's a different nuance. But yeah, Chinese version does the adding up. The Japanese version does the formulas, which is very interesting. But no, you don't need to do the Chinese. It is not a different level. Oh, I'm going to color this in. So we have 16. So that's what I did. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. It's really quite interesting. And I do find it interesting. It is fine to, you could start off with the counting bears. You can start off with the bricks, with these little cubes. It's fine to start it off, right? Because it's one level. But then after you're done with understanding what the quantity is, then you can graduate to doing the abacus. And then after doing the abacus, you can graduate to a bigger abacus. Yeah, that would be the path. Start off with the bricks, and then going into the abacus, and then after that you can go into the bigger abacus. I still use the bricks to show about the quantity. So here again we have 15 on the abacus. So we have 15 on the abacus. It's always, oh, hello, Mr. Always stop to watch your video. Me too. I watch your videos too. The joy of math. I love it. I love it. I was going to incorporate some of the stuff that you were like, oh my God, that's great. But you know what though? I do long division on the abacus. But I do it differently than mainstream math. I saw that. I was like, is that a dig? No. I know what you mean though. But yeah. Oh. All right. But it's a lot about understanding it. Right? A lot about understanding the numbers. I love watching. You have a ton of videos. How many times do you post a day? Like 20? I feel like Abacus would be a super visual. It is. It is very visual. It is very visual. And we can do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and division on the abacus. But the way we do it is on the abacus we do, for multiplication we do distributive property, and then division is long division. But you know what it is? It's not even that. What it is the abacus just shows you the number, which is crazy. It just shows you the number. It just shows you your answer. You're the one trying to figure out, what all the calculations are. But yeah, thank you for dropping by, Mr. G. Thank you. For anybody who's interested about more math, he does it very visual with like a lot more pictures. Mine are not a whole lot of pictures. Mine is still a bunch of numbers. I have color by number. Yeah. So, what are we doing now? We're doing minus the 2. When we minus the 2, it's the same thing. We're going to have the 6 on the abacus, and we want to take away the 2. But notice when we take away the 2, there's no more beads to take away the 2. We have this path. The path is minus the 5 sorry, the pattern. We have minus the 5 plus the 3. So what do? We have this thing that has our 2. So if we take away too much, we have to add it. Maybe I'll stitch a video and try to draw along what you do. That would be cool. I haven't figured out how to do stitches yet. But yeah, that'd be cool. Let me know if you need anything. But yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of videos as well. I'm not sure what you could use. Thank you again for dropping by. I do appreciate that. Do you go live at any time, or do you just do videos? Cause yeah, I saw your video that you went to a conference. I'm like, that's really cool, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring to know that we can make it big. I'm here to spread the good word of the abacus. And then we do it again. I have another spinning. I have to find a live schedule. I haven't used it too much. It is very, you might be able to, you might blow up if you have a live schedule, but I don't know how you would do it. You would do a lot of drawing. Yeah. And it's interesting because a lot of people are very interested in just how to do math. And you're yeah. I find that now I have a lot more older people that are that want to keep their brains active to be able to do math. And so now I'm actually pivoting to make more activities for adults as opposed to children. Yeah, I found that was interesting. So the reason why I color it in is because I'm using it, right? So we have 6, 25, and then 5. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So then I have 16, and then 16 on the abacus. So my question is 16. So what are we going to do? We have 16. And then we're going to plus the 2, or sorry, minus the 2. Again, when we minus the 2, we don't have any more beads to minus the 2. We have this 5. Here's another way to do it. Here's the 5. So I have 16 on my abacus. 16 on my abacus. Right? We have 16 on the abacus. That's 16. But guess what? That's 16. 1 and then 10. But guess I need to take away 2. I can't take away 2 because everything is attached. Can't do it. So what do? I know that 2 is inside this brick, inside this package. This is the 2. But guess what? If I take away the 5, I need to replace the 3. So to replace the 3, right, that's what I got to do. If I take away the 5, I have to replace. I have to add the 3. So we have to add 3. So my final answer is 14. That's why I use the bricks. So when we're looking, right, we want to understand the quantities that we have. This 5 is very powerful, as well as this 10. This 10 is where we do the carrying on and the borrowing, and the 5 is when we do anything higher than 5. So when we're looking. So that's what that is. So that's 6. We do 6 again. We can do 6, right? I want to take away 2. Well, in this 6, I have 2. I can see it. I can take away this 2, but if I take away the 2, I have to remove this 3. To remove the 3, I need to add it back, right? So if I take away the 5, I have to add back the 3. So my final answer is 4. Jeremiah, are you all right? Does that make sense? So we can do it again with the 2. See, the 2 doesn't have a lot of questions. You're going to start seeing that the only time the 2 happens is when there's a 6 and a 5. It doesn't matter. It's a 6 and a 5. When you take away the 2, you need to utilize this formula. So if I have 25 on the abacus, I want to take away the 2. To take away the 2, what do? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. What did we do? We leveled it up. We leveled up our concept of how to make a 5.
Level up. 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 Level up.
Right? So that's what we did. Because now we're no longer just doing rote memorization and we're no longer just counting up. What we're doing is we're understanding a concept. We know that we need to add, but we need to subtract. In order to subtract, we need to add because we need to balance the equation.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
Right? And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you the examples of how to minus the 5. The 5 is our constant. And so in mainstream, we just know how to make a 5, but we don't go into understanding how to utilize it. We're doing double digits today. Are you, when you do double digit, are you doing carrying over and borrowing, or are you just doing double digits? Because those are two different questions, right? You can do double digits on this as well, but you would stay within this. What does that mean? Whoa. Oh, excuse me. So when we do double digits, when you do double digits, let me get a. This is double digit, but if you notice, it stays within. There is no carrying over, right? So if we have 38 on the abacus, we have 38 on the abacus. I want to add 21. To add 21, what do? I add the 2, can't do it. So plus the 5 minus the 3, and then I add the 1. So my final answer is 59. Is that the type of double digit you're doing, or are you doing carrying over and borrowing? Which is what we're going to do now. So that is about subtraction. We can do more subtraction. Oh, we have one more. Sorry, minus the 4. So minus the 4 is only one bead, right? We have the 5, and we want to take away the 4. Take away the 1. Take away the 1 is minus the 5 plus the 4. That's it. How are we doing? We're all right? And then if you notice, those are the only questions that we really have. 5, right? 14. If you take away 14, it's easy, because it's 1 and 4, take away 14. That's it. And then we have 6. 6 on the abacus. I want to take away 4, take away 1. It's easy, take away 1. But the when you use the formula is when you have a 5. So when we do 15 minus 1, that's when you have to minus the 5 plus the 4, and gives me 14. Wow, thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. I'm at 14,000. Okay, so we're going to continue on, right? Again, if you know how to add, you know how to subtract. So we're going to start going into adding of the 10, right? When we're adding of the 10, what do? Yeah, that's what we'll do right now. Oh, you're just in time. We're going to do carry over right now. Yeah. So carrying over is different, right? Because we need to add the 10. That's what we're doing. When we add the 10, let me see if I can. I don't remember how to do it in mainstream, but I only remember how to do it in abacus way. So remember how to make a 10. Making the 10 is what? 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. This is what we have to remember, right? This is the pair. We need to understand the pair. So what happens is I want to add the 10. When I want to make a 9, I want to add the 10, right? Plus the 10 is the carrying over. So the question is 9. When I want to have 9 and I add another 9, what do? I know I'm going to plus the 10 and then take away the 1, right? That doesn't make sense. Well, sure it does. Let me show you. What did we just do? I have 9 on the abacus, right? And what are we doing? I want to add another 9. But now to add another 9, what do we do? Sorry. To add another 9, what do? We want to bring it together. We're now rearranging. We have all our information. So we need to make a 10 out of this 9. The bottom number is what you want to do. You want to make a 10 out of this 9. So we're going to take away the 1 from the first number. Oh, you can't see that. We're going to take 1 from the first number. Take away 1 from the first number. Now I've made a 10. Because I made a 10, I'm going to add it to my abacus. So my final answer is 18. So I bring it together. Now it's all arranged nicely. That's what I did. So we could do it again, right? Does that make sense, Tiffany? So we could do it again with the 2. Let's do 2. 2 on the abacus and then 9. So instead of like figuring out what's going on, we're going to make a 10. We're going to be organized and make a 10 out of the 9. So we have 2 on the abacus. We take 1 from the 2, right? And we add it to this 9. And it becomes 10. We take 1 from the 2 and we made a 10. That's what we did. Does that make sense? So we could do it again. We have 3 on the abacus. 3 on the abacus. Madeline, did you just show up? Because if you just showed up, you're very late. And you don't need to yell. You don't need to yell. But you just showed up, didn't you? Because I've been on and I've gone through this whole thing so many times over. Tiffany, did that make sense? So we have 3 on the abacus, right? 1, 2, 3. And then what are we going to do? We're going to add the 9. To add the 9, we have this. We're going to make a 10. That's all it is. We're making a 10. To make the 10, we have to get it from somewhere. We're not going to get it from thin air. It's not just going to be this random thing. It's got to come from somewhere. So this is why it's nice to have the abacus. We take it away from the first number. And I can show you, right? I take it away from the first number. Notice I have 2 left. If I take it away from the first number, right, then I've made a 10. And then, hello, Lexi! Hello. So when I bring it together, now we have 12. Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Morning wall. Morning ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
Ready to start the day with Abacus. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So, I mean, it's the same thing with the 8. Right? Same thing with the 8. What is 8? Well, 8 is 2. So I have 4 on the abacus. I have 8. To make 8, what do? I have to take away the 2 from the 4 and add it to my, now I have a 10. So I just rearranged it. So I have 10 and then 2. Wouldn't you bring down the blue to make the 10? Good morning, Floor. Yeah, ready to start the day. You wouldn't do the 5 because that's a 5. Does that make sense, DB? So you wouldn't do it because 8 and 5 is not a pair. How do you make a 10? Making a 10 is 2 and an 8. Yeah. So the biggest thing is understanding how to make the 10. So you could do 5, but the 5 and 5 is a pair. That's why you need to know your fact families. You need to know your fact families. Hello, Miss Mary. Thank you for the follow. What is it that you don't understand? Did you just join? Did you just join? I'm looking for, what am I looking for? Did you just join? Yeah, I just came by. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Yeah, thank you. I started to sit in and listen in the corner. Yeah, not a problem. No, but it's a good question. It's a good question because now you're actively trying to figure it out. You know, the biggest thing is not passively watching, but actively learning, right? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain what we're trying to do. But yes, that's a very good question. And so when we're looking, right, it all depends on our beads on the abacus. So, Miss Mary Mack, are you still here? Let's do a review because Madeline also had the same yelling. So when we're looking, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. This is 4. That's what this is, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. This is 5. That's what 5 looks like. We have 6, so we had 1. 7, we had 2. 8, we have 3. Excuse me. We have 4, we had that. So 5 plus 4 is 9. That's all it is. 5 plus 4 is 9. We can do it again. This is 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? 15, 1 and a 5. And then 25, 35, 45, 55. This is 55, not 10. We don't add them. We don't add the columns together. What we do is we recognize as each number is represented. Every number is represented on the abacus. And when we look, we talk about place values. Every column has a place value. So there is a rhyme and reason to everything that we're doing. We have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So when we're looking, we have our label. Our label is this. This is my ones label. So my ones label helps me know that this is my thousands label. What games did you play that deals with the abacus? So if you had Sudoku, Sudoku has nothing to do with abacus. I'm just use the word Sudoku to introduce that abacus is also a brain activity. Just like jigsaw puzzles is a brain activity. Abacus can also be provided as a brain activity. Right? So we could do it again with the 7. 7's partner is what? Is 3. See? Easy. Is this a true... What? I don't know what that means. So if you notice, 7 and 3 are partners. Because 7 and 3 are partners, it's the same thing. The concept is still the same. So we have 9 on the abacus. We have 9 on the abacus. Right? And then I want to do is I want to add 7. To add 7. But to make a 10 from the 7, you want to go down. You don't want to go up. Right? We don't want to make 10 out of a 9. Because we don't have this. It's a Squid Game reference. Oh, is it? I don't remember that one. I didn't watch 2 yet. I didn't watch the second part of the second season yet. I haven't watched it yet. So, okay. So here's the thing. You don't want to go up. You don't want to go, how do I make a 10 out of the 9? Because you don't have the 7. You need to grab with what you have. So it's always going to be from top down. Right? So when we have the 9 on the abacus, we have 9 on the abacus, I want to add the 7. To add the 7, all I got to do is take away the 3 from the 9, and we bring it down to the 7. So we have to take away the 3 from the 9, and then we add the 10. So my final answer is 16. Does that make sense? So when we're looking at it, we want to always make a 10 on the second digit. The second number, the second number or the add-in, the one that we're always trying to do stuff to, is what dictates whether or not we use the formula. So my final answer is 16. How do I know? Because this is 10 and then this is 6. So what I do is I just rearrange it. I know all the answers. I'm here. I know all the answers. We're not here to focus on the answers. We're here to focus on the process. Mainstream focuses on the answers. Abacus focuses on the process. This is an abacus. This is an abacus. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes. So again, we're not here to focus on the result. We're focusing on the process. The reason why is because when you understand the process, then the result will be displayed. It's all about the journey of life. It's not about the goal, because what's the goal? What's the destination? The destination is death. It's all of what happens in between that line that happens between the years. When you're born and the year you were born and the year the year that you died. It happens. It's that little dash happens in between. Oh, fantastic! I'm so happy you're going into high school. Good job. High school is not scary. You make it for what it is. Do well. Study hard. Okay, so we're going to continue on with 14. Right? So understand that when we add, we subtract. We can do... So Jeremiah, anything I should know? I don't know. I'm not in high school. I'm not a high school teacher. You have to talk to your counselor. That's who you should talk to. Ask your counselor what you should know. So, Jeremiah, when we do 7 on the abacus, do you remember that there is a path? We want to add the 4. The question is can I add the 5? No, I cannot add the 5. So then what's the next one? Then I have to use the 6, right? It's plus the 10 minus the 6. That's what it is. Oh, there it is. Right? So what we're doing is now we do and now we do the workflow. The reason why is because the 4 has two different equations. You can either plus the 10 or you can plus the 5. Right? How do you know which one to use? It all depends if the 5 is being used. If the 5 is used, then you got to go to the 10. If the 5 is not used, then use the 5. Does that make sense, Jeremiah? So that's the two-step equations. And then it's again, so this is where it is. We have 3 on the abacus. See, notice I can add the 5. So that's what I do first. I can't add 4, so I have to add the 5. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Now I have 7. But if I want to add 4 to this again, can I do it? No, I cannot. I have to do the 10. So it's plus the 10, right? Plus the 10 minus the 6. So my final answer is 11. There we are. So, how are we? Yep, we're okay? And then there's a whole bunch of other activities. And again, this is all about adding of the 10. And we can go into minus the 10 because it's the same thing, just a different concept. We're just doing reverse. So we have our puzzles. You have the hidden words, right? You have the hidden words. And then you have the puzzles and you have to find what the answer is. And then you have to find the puzzle piece. And I think there is, yeah, there's a maze. I have mazes. There's mazes. And if you're ever inclined and you need to know what the answers are in the back of the book. That's great, Spoons. I'm happy you do a little bit of math. What we're doing is we're just doing arithmetic. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And what we're doing here is we're just trying to keep our brain active. But I made it more entertaining. So this is how to add the 10. So let's go into minusing in the 10. Minusing the 10 is very similar. Now what we're doing is we're borrowing, but we're not really borrowing, right? What we're doing is we're taking the 10 away. So the question is what? The question is 9. So if I take away 9 from 11, I have 11 on the abacus. I want to take away the 9. Guess what? The 9 is somewhere in here, right? That's what we got to do. The 9 is somewhere in here. It's 10. That's 11. But what happens is the 9 is here. So what do we have to do is we have to break this out. In order to break it out, right, we need to, but if we break it, if we take this whole thing, it's too much. What do we do is we have to add back. So we have to add back 1. Why? Because we have the 9. We take away 9. We have to add back. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes. Minus the 10 plus the 1. So minus this 10, but I have to add back the 1. So my final answer is 2. And it's again with the 12. So I have 12 on the abacus. Right? What do? I have to do the same thing. I have to take away this 10. So that's what I did. I have to take away the 10 and I have to add back the 1. Because 9 and 1 is a pair. That's what makes a 10. 9 and 1. So we have to take away the 10 and we add back the 1. So my final answer is 3. And it works again with 8. So we have 11 on the abacus. I want to add the 8. Take away the 8. The 8 is here. We got to take it away. This is where we borrow, right? We take it away. And then but the problem is in abacus, what we do is we have this leftover. We know we're going to add it back. So we have to add back the 2. So my final answer is 3. We could do it again here. So if I have 4 on the abacus, I have 11, add the 1, can't do it, plus the 5 minus the 4. And then take away the 2, take away the 8. Take away the 8. I have this 10. That's what this is. I have the 10. I'm going to take away 8, but that means I got to get back 2. So I'm going to give you back 2. So my final answer is 7. And then we could do it again with the 7. I have 11 on the abacus. 11 on the abacus. I want to take away 7. Guess what? If I take 7 away from here, I'm left with 3. Do that one again? Okay. Yeah, I figured out a better way to explain it with the bricks. So we have 11 on the abacus, right? We have 11 on the abacus. I want to take away 8. Take away 8 is from here. This is where we have to borrow, but in abacus we don't borrow, we just take it away. So I only want this 8, but I have to bring back the 2. Do you see that, Sarah? So when I bring back the 2, even though I take it away, I have to add it back to here. So I take away the 10, and then I add the 2. Oh, this one? Here we go. So we have 4 on the abacus, add 11, 1, and then 1, right? Plus 1 is plus the 5 minus the 4. Now we have 15. We have to do 18. So again, I'm sorry, we have to take away 8. So if this is 15 on the abacus, I need to take away 8. 4, 8, I'm left with 2. Because I'm left with 2, I got to give it back to here. So if I take away the 10, I have to add back the 2. So my final answer is 7. Oh, which one are we doing? We are doing this one. No, we're doing this one. This one. I got it. I could see it when you show us on the break. Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting. It's interesting what we have left over. And I like the bricks. That's why I do still use the bricks, but the bricks is good to see the quantity, right? And so it's the same thing with the 7. So we have 11, right? This is 11. And I want to take away 7. To take away 7, don't forget there's this one here. 7. So we take away 7. Take away 3. Take away 4. What are we left? We're left with 3. Because we're left with 3, I'm going to take it away, but I got to add 3 back into. So I got to take away the 10, and I add the 3 back. So even though, right, even though we go left, we go right.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense. Turn right to go left.
Even though we're subtracting, we have a little bit more. We're taking a little bit more than we have. So we have to add back, right? What's an abacus? An abacus is a counting tool. Just like these cubes. These cubes are a counting tool. Okay? And then we could do it again with the 6. So, but let's do this one, right? 15 on the abacus, 1, 5. And then minus the 7. Minus the 7. Can't do it. There's no 7. Wait a minute. 15. Guess what? 7 is in here. Take away the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice there's 3. We add it back to the 5. So we take away the 10. We add it back to the 5. So my final answer is 8. No, that is not my final answer because I still need to do minus 6. Minus 6 is what? Minus the 5 minus 1. So my final answer is 2. We can do it again. Thank you, Mr. Alvarez, for the share. We can do it again with 15. What's 15? Minus 6. Minus 6 is what? Minus the 10 plus the 4. So we minus the 10. So we have 15 on the abacus. We want to minus the 6. To minus the 6, we have to add the 4. There we go. We have 15 on the abacus. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have this 4 that we have to bring back. So we have 15 on the abacus. What do? We take away the 10, and then we add these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my final answer is 9. That's all I'm doing. So we do 17 on the abacus. Oh, excuse me. We have 17 on the abacus, 1, and then 7. We want to add the 3. We know how to add the 3. To add the 3 is plus the 10 minus the 7. And then what do? We need to minus the 6. Minus the 6 is minus the 10 plus the 4. So our final answer is 14. Same thing with the 5. We have 11 on the abacus. I want to do minus the 5. When we take away the 5, what do? We know we're going to minus the 5 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1, plus the 5. Minus the 10 plus the 5. The concept is all the same. You take away from something, you have to add it to the other. Yeah. Here's a question. We have 19 on the abacus. Right? 19. 1, 9. After 19, we want to take away the 5. Take away the 5. Right? Can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. After we take away the 5, we got to do it again. Take away another 5. To take away another 5, what do? We have 14 on the abacus, right? But to do that, we have to take another 5. We have to take this away, break it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have to add this 5. So we have to take away the 5 and then add the 5. So my final answer is 9. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes. That is all about subtraction. Yeah? All right. How are we doing? When we're looking, we go all the way to minus 1. Oh, good. Oh, good. And you go one step at a time. You go increment it. So it's minus 11, minus 4. Minus 4 is minus the 10 plus the 6. Because we know how to add the 6, we know that 6 and 4 are pairs. So you know that you're going to do the opposite. If you need to take away the 4, you will have to add the 6. Same thing with the 3. When you have 11 on the abacus and want to take away the 3. Take away the 3 is minus the 10 plus the 7. So our final answer is 18. Like the inverse operation. Exactly. If you know how to add, you know how to subtract. It works exactly the same. You know how to add, you know how to subtract. Yeah, it's not like in mainstream math. It's like you know how to add, we have a different way of subtracting. We don't do that. In Abacus, you know how to add, you know how to subtract. That's it. So we have 11 on the Abacus, 1, 1, and 1 and minus the 2. Minus the 2 is minus the 10 plus the 8. So our final answer is 9. There's not a whole lot of questions for this one. The only other next question would be 20, take away 2 is, right? Take away 2 is what? Minus the 10 plus the 8. So my final answer is 18. Yeah, those are only 2. And then the last one is only one number, 1. It's only at the 10. So 10, take away 9, take away 1. To take away the 9, you have to minus the 10 plus the 9. That's it. That's the only one for here. There's only very few numbers that you can take away 1 from. So, and again, the rest of the book. So the rest of the book is about solidifying the concepts of minus the 10. All right. Right? So this is the rest of the how to make a 10. And then I have like mazes, color by number. I think I have word problems and color by code. Yep, there we go. And then again, if you're ever interested, the answers are in the back of the book. There we go. It's this book here. So yeah. Cool. All right. All right. I am going to head out. I am going to head out. It's been a little bit. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Thank you everybody for joining. I do appreciate it. Oh, thank you Gus for checking in. Thank you Jeremiah for the questions. It's very helpful. It's very helpful to have feedback. But yeah, I'm getting a little tired. It is about that time. So I'll probably see you. Oh, good, DB, you're still here. There's like 100 people here, and just there's not very many people that are commenting. But I am getting tired. Thank you, DB. Why do you think mainstream math? You know what? I don't know. If I knew, I don't know. It's so strange. It could be that nobody understood the concept. I don't know. But Abacus was never. No. I understand. No, I understand. Because we're all interested in trying to learn. And that was the one thing. It's like, I don't know. I don't think anybody really understood how to use the abacus for what it does. I don't think it was ever part of mainstream math. You start seeing like the counting bears. There's a few people that start talking about abacus, but they don't use it to the extent that I'm using it. They don't use it to the extent of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Because you can divide. You can use the abacus to divide. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not the comments. It's just I'm getting a little sleepy. It's a lot to be performing all the time. So, but yeah, DB, I do appreciate your comments. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not part of the mainstream. I don't know. Thank you. Sleep well. Thank you. I'm going to take a nap, work on my workbook. I got to work on another book, and then I will see you guys all later tonight. I will plan to go tonight, probably about 8 o'clock or so. I'm glad you're here. Oh, thank you, DB. I'm glad you're here too. I'm happy to be able to have a conversation about abacus and about math. And I enjoy conversations and not debates. It's just discussions, really. It's all about discussions. Like, why do we teach the kids to memorize as opposed to conceptually understand the numbers? Why don't we use physical objects as opposed to figuring out what these symbols are? Because it is a symbol. These are symbols. So, thank you again. Thank you. So, I will see you guys all later tonight. Thank you guys so much for everything. I agree. I should be taught. I'd be here. Oh, Pacific Standard Time is kind of what I'm trying to do. 8 o'clock, kind of what I'm doing. Pacific Standard Time is where I'm going. But yeah, I'm here to spread the good word of the abacus. I know a lot of people are on the East Coast, and I'm trying to get in earlier, but yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, good. That works out for you. But yeah, the problem is trying to get to the East Coast, and by then it's like 11 o'clock for them. And so they literally do midnight math. So I try to get in a little bit earlier, but it's harder. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you. Especially with all the trolls that come in. It's just funny when the trolls come in. It's funny when the trolls come in and I see their screen names or whatever, and yeah. Anyways, it's fun for right now because it's, the group is still small, so it's easier to like lash back at the trolls. But for the most part, I'm sure I'll just keep on going. But this is what it is, and what we do is we do multiplication and division. It just depends on how far I get. Cool. Yeah, keeps me on my toes. I'll tell you that for sure. That's TikTok. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's fine. It's just when they get profane, that's when it's like uncalled for. Yeah, like the new. Okay, anyways. So, thank you. I am going to take a nap, and then I'm going to start on my next book, and we're going to continue on. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for the comments and the discussion. I will see you guys all in my next live. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Have a good night.
Step 2, greet the day, smile, and say, Good morning, City!
Have a good day. Bye, everybody. My sound bites are the bomb. Nobody else does my sound bites because they all use the default ones. And I'm like, the default ones are so bleh. Good morning, Cody. Thank you. Thank you.